Okay, so my question, we just had Raul, and so we asked about Ravi and Peyton, and about his side and how it's pure on Ravi's side and pure love. So can you talk about Peyton and Ravi?
Yeah, I think the best thing about their relationship is that it's based in friendship, which I think is always a really great place to start relationships. And not that I'm an expert by any means, but my husband and I met in a really great setting, which happened to be a film set, and we were friends, and we just got along well. We had a great banter. We had really interesting conversations, and then that led to us dating. So I'm always a fan of those, because I think at the end of the day, when you're 80, 90, and maybe you're not as physically active, it does come down to being like, a best friend. And so I think that's really great between Peyton and Ravi. And I think I love the fact that they get each other's sense of humor. They are always there to vent and, kind of, get work off their chest, get the stress off their chest that, that they're holding in. And I think the fact that they both are two people that happen to be on the outside because they're still humans, but they're on the inside because they know about Liv and all these other zombies that are, all over Seattle. So I think it's a really good way to bond them in a really authentic way. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about why Peyton left in the... Well, she freaked out a little bit about the zombies, but what really drew her back, and where do you think her and Liv's relationship is now?
Yeah. I think obviously getting a promotion helped, I think, draw her back to, coming back to Seattle, and yet I think that at the same time, she probably already was feeling guilty about the fact that she just kind of up and left. I think that she almost needed time to just process, like, okay, this is real. This is actually happening. I do live in a world where there's zombies. What the F? So I think it took her some time, like I think that she utilized that and then said, you know what? This is enough time for me to heal. I think I can get past this. Hopefully my best friend will take me back. I want good things for her. Like, if anything, I'm just more upset that she didn't tell me, or that she felt like she couldn't tell me. Not that she's mad that it was, the fact that she's a zombie. She's like, I don't care about that. I just want my best friend, So I think that was the most upsetting part to her, was that she felt like she didn't know everything, and she's the one person that should have been able to have done everything. Her and Major, both, because they've known Liv for so long, and they're, true friends. So I think that they're in a really good place now, and I think they're even closer than they ever have been, just because our storylines in the show are crossing over because of me being involved with the Mr. Boss task force, and Rose being involved in trying to track him down and find where the brains are, and get this guy in jail, and get Blaine, actually get him, accused of these murders. And so it's been fun to see that our conversations can revolve around the same basic subject. It's not just me talking about my work life, and she's like, oh, and then here's my work life. It's like, no, they're kind of enmeshed together. So I think that's brought us closer together, being able to have scenes at her apartment where I'm kind of talking about work, and she's like, I don't know what to do, and we're both sharing information back and forth to help the other person.
What's one of the toughest scenes you feel you've had to shoot so far? Either tough emotionally, or tough physically, or just something that took a lot out of you?
Like the scene when Peyton comes home and she approaches Ravi, and she's like, I'm really sorry, it's been so long, and I'm here, I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Yes, I do know about the zombie thing. Who else knows? I think that was a really important scene, I think, for her as a character, and for Ravi, because it really shows their sensitive sides and their affection for Liv and how much they care about her. And I just remember seeing that when it aired and really loving how it turned out, just seeing how genuine it was and how simple, and how much you care for those two characters.
Are we going to get roommates again?
Yes. That's a good question. Yeah. Liv and Peyton don't live together for, I guess, kind of the first half of the season, maybe even a little bit more. you know, because of Guild obviously living with her, which is funny because I remember like them telling me like, oh, Guild's moving, and I was like, what? Who's that bitch? Like, Peyton was living there. Wait, is she in her room? And I was like offended. And I was like, wait, me and Rose aren't gonna have like scenes in the apartment and stuff anymore. Like, this is bizarre. I mean, we still did, but it was funny because I was very much at the guy's place. Like, a lot of my scenes were there, you know, with like Ravi on the couch and stuff, you know, or in the kitchen. But yes, they become. Has that already been broken yet? Where they become? No, it hasn't. I think it's in the next episode too. I don't think that's that big of a detail, is it? that we become roommates again. That's good. That's fine. Okay. I was like, is that bad? So no, it's fine. I mean, I kind of know like the real bad ones. They're like, don't say this today. I was like, cool. So yeah, so it is. I think it's really good, and it's fun too because they have their girl nights again, where they're like drinking wine and eating their Cheeto Puff things that me and Rose actually legitimately eat, and in the entire scene, and then we're sick and we like don't go to lunch because we've just eaten all these cheesy puff chips for the scene. So yes, we're back to that again.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.